Okay, hi everybody, I'm Clare, otherwise known as Clare on PSC, and I'm the new Wednesdays for PSC Secret Summer Scene. So I'm not sure how many weeks are actually left, but here we go for however many there are. For any of you who don't know me, I come from Northern Ireland. I study languages in Scotland, and I'm currently working as a nanny in France for the summer. There's only 2 more weeks of that left, and after that I'll be spending a year studying abroad, first of all in France and then in Germany, which I'm really looking forward to because I get to be around students again instead of just young children. It's the first time I've made a vlog in quite a long time, and it's also the first time I've done it with my laptop rather than my desktop back home, so I don't know what the quality will be like, and I don't know what video software I have, but I guess we'll find that out soon. Also need to get my excuses in as the kids are currently at home and the dad and grandparents, and there's also a bit of a storm going on outside, so I apologise if there's a lot of background noise. But anyway, this week's topic is books, which is brilliant because I love reading and I do a lot of reading, especially in the time that I've been here. I got here at the start of June, and the family live in quite a small village, so there's not that much to do, and I've been reading a lot of books. I decided to keep a list of what I've read since I got here, and that list has 25 books on it so far. I've got it somewhere here, maybe. There we go. About half of them are French books and half of them are English, or at least English translated into French. So a rather scruffy bit of paper, but anyway. There you go, so that's what I've read in the past 2.5 months. What I'm currently reading is Une saison blanche et sèche by André Brink, which is the French translation of a book written in English, I believe, though he also writes in Afrikaans, but this one's written in English. The English title, oh, I had it written down somewhere, A Dry White Season. It's a book which is set in South Africa to do with apartheid and with a father and son who both get killed. And yeah, it's a really good book so far. I'm not very far into it though. Also like to read multiple books at once. So today I decided for some reason to start a second one, which is The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. I am literally 5 pages in, so I can't really say anything else about it. Of the books that I've read since I got here, Le Grand Nom by Alain Fournier has to be my favourite. I've already seen the film, which I must admit did slightly spoil the book, but it's still a brilliant book. It is definitely a French book, so not that much really happens, but anybody who speaks French, you should read this book. Another really good French book is Le Rocher de Tenille, which I just finished the other day, and yeah, it's set in, I think it's set in Libya, but yeah, another very good French book. But I should probably stop talking about French books, because most of you probably have never heard of them, don't speak French, and aren't that interested in them. The favourite English book that I've read since I got here would be The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, which I'd never actually read before, and I've been catching up on a few classics like that, but yeah, I'm sure everyone's heard of it. If you've not read it, you should. And what else have I read since I got here that I've liked? Well, this is a funny book, Xenophobes Guide to the French, which, yeah, has lots of funny things about French people. Again, anyone who's interested in France should read this book. The book which I've liked least since I got here is The Virgin Suicides. I just didn't really see why anyone would want to read it. Just, I don't know, not my kind of book, didn't enjoy it at all. Whenever I was young, I loved reading too. I loved Enid Blyton, Famous Five, Secret Seven, Judy Blume, Roald Dahl, Princess Diaries, Narnia, which I reread last Christmas. This list could go on and on and on. Alice in Wonderland, which I reread in French this summer. French is nowhere near as good as the original. And of course the Harry Potter series. Grew up with that too. I know a lot of PSers love it, and I'm another one, though I'm in no way obsessed with it. I went to see the last film a few weeks ago, dubbed in French, which, yeah, made it a bit odd, but hey, I've seen it at least. I also have the book of the last one, the French version, which I plan to read, though it's very fat, and yeah, I'll get round to it sometime. I gotta say though, I love the fact that the word in French for a magic wand is baguette. But that's beside the point. What else should I talk about? Books that I didn't like. I remember whenever I was young, in primary school I guess, I read a book which was called Ask Me No Questions and I'll Tell You No Lies. I think it was something like that. I have no idea why, but I really hated this book, and for some reason it stuck with me. Another rubbish book which I've read is a German one called Ich fühle mich so 50-50, and yeah, we had to read it at school for our A-levels. It's about a girl who lives in East Germany whenever Germany is divided, and she spends the whole book wondering whether she should flee to the west or not. In the end she decides to flee to the west. Then the wall comes down, Germany reunified, and she spends the last few chapters trying to decide whether she should go back home or stay in the west. So it's a pretty rubbish book overall. Books I love: Time Traveller's Wife, love the book. Film, nowhere near as good as the book, as always. In general, I tend to read a lot of books which are set in Africa or in the Middle East, or yeah, just other countries, anywhere other than here, to be honest. Really good authors, oh, I don't know how you say her name, Asni Seierstad, who wrote, I wrote down what her books were called because I knew I'd forget it, but I don't know where I wrote it. There we go. Bookseller of Kabul and 101 Days, which are to do with the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, and her experiences of them, living there as a journalist. So I really like that sort of books which have a bit of historical and geographical background, biographies, things like Anne Frank's journal, things that have a bit of truth behind the fiction. Michael Palin too, is a brilliant travel writer. Love reading what he writes. Something that always makes me want to travel, and well, that's expensive. But yeah, just to finish up, I use Goodreads, which is where you can keep track of what books you've read and what books your friends are reading, so if anybody else uses it, you should add me as a friend. Well, I guess that's all for now. I don't think I have very much else to say on books. I could ramble on for quite a long time, but it probably wouldn't be very interesting for the rest of you, so until next week.